a pumpkin.
Hey, so I just rewatched a movie that I haven't seen in probably the better part of a decade. It's called Pumpkinhead, and it's one of those movies that really shaped my young, impressionable mind and taste in movies. It's a creature feature about a revenge demon that is unleashed upon a group of teens because they accidentally killed a young boy. And since the father of that boy doesn't believe in therapy, he instead goes to a witch to sick a revenge demon on the group. And this is really one of those movies where it's absolutely a B movie, but it's also pretty dang good for a B movie, to the point where it's almost unfair to call it a B movie. It's more like a B+. Or even an A-.
Oh man, I just don't believe this.
No, you know, that's too far. That's going way too far. B+. It stays at B+. Why do I feel like Mike from Red Letter Media has made that B+ joke before? That sounds like something he'd say. Anyway, let's take a look at Pumpkinhead. So once we get past this goddamn title sequence, the movie opens way back in the day, and this dude is being hunted down by something. But this other guy he goes to for help is all, "Get off my land," Gus Johnson style.
Best get to stepping, son.
So he gets got. And they actually show a little bit of Pumpkinhead here, which I think was a bit of a mistake, because usually you want to save the first appearance of your monster for a bit later, and just use the opening as like a teaser to leave us wondering what could have happened to the guy. I mean, was it the legendary Pumpkinhead? Just some stray bear or a really aggressive possum? We don't know. So we then come to the present where we see a few shots of Lance Henriksen's sexy dad bod, which isn't a plot point, but I just thought I'd point it out. Anyway, these stupid city slickers stop here for some groceries, and like one of them can't even wait 2 damn minutes while some of the others go grab some supplies, so he just takes off on one of the dirt bikes that they brought with.
Come on, I thought we were gonna get everyone settled in first.
Listen, if you want to stay here and play with the vegetables, that's fine with me. I'm going.
And you know, come to think of it, I don't even know why these teens are here. I mean, they got like dirt bikes, a rifle, this one's got a camera, and they're all talking about how we made it, the city's behind us, let everyone settle in. Settle in? Where? This is a tiny grocery store in the middle of bumfuck mountainside. What are you doing here? Okay, so the Wikipedia says that they're campers, but I don't even see anything that could be confused as camping gear. And I'm a Boy Scout, alright? I know camping gear. You know what? Whatever. It's not important. What is important is that Lance Henriksen's sexy dad bod, damn it, he needs to go back home to do a favor for a customer, and he leaves his kid at the store alone with his dog. Why he didn't just take them with, I don't know. I mean, it's not like this kid could protect the store or anything. Like, this is a large group of 20-somethings pretending to be teenagers. They could totally just kill that kid if they really wanted to. So that's exactly what they do. Turns out they were Satanists the whole time, and they were just looking for a young virgin to sacrifice to their Lord Satan, which also explains why they didn't actually have camping gear. The term camping trip, as it turns out, is actually Satanist speak for let's go sacrifice someone in the country. You know, I don't know why I'm lying to you. I guess it's just fun for me. No, what really happens is actually a lot more boring than that. So while these guys are having fun dirt biking, Gypsy, the dog, goes running after the bikers. And Billy, the boy, goes running after Gypsy, putting him right in the path of the bikers. So of course, little Billy gets owned. And this somehow ends up killing him later, which I don't know if I really buy that. Like, little kids' organs are made out of bouncy balls or some shit. Do you even know how durable children are? If you don't, please do not test the durability of children. I'm just saying he should be able to take a dirt bike to the ribs and be fine. So long story short, all the teens except for one leave the scene of the crime. The dad comes back and is none too happy about the vehicular manslaughter of his kid.
Can I help?
The teens that fled are now in a cabin, which I assume was their camping destination, but I think my previous critique still stands. They should have brought some camping gear, even if they were going to a cabin. That line about settling in still doesn't make sense, and I refuse to admit that I'm wrong. But in this cabin, the asshole that actually hit the kid is taking charge, and he's not letting anyone call for help, even going as far as knocking out one of his buddies. His only motivation seems to be that he sucks.
He's a jerk.
Yeah, but he's a talented jerk.
Nah, he's just a jerk.
Meanwhile, Ed Harley, Lance Henriksen's sexy dad bod God damn it, get out of my head. Ed seeks out and finds the witch, who pronounces his name in a way that I absolutely love.
Ed Harley. You'll fail, Ed Harley. You can go now, Ed Harley.
She tells him to go to a graveyard and get something.
Leave the boy.
And he's just like, sure. But honestly, with how creepy this woman is, I'd probably be like, yeah, you're not gonna, like, eat my dead kid, are ya? It's fucked up, but I'm just saying it's a possibility, right? She totally looks the type. So he goes to this graveyard and digs up this creepy looking thing and brings it back as instructed. And bippity boppity bang, you got yourself a demon. And here's where the real fun begins, because people start dying. I mean other than the kid, you know? But that's about all that happens for the rest of this movie, so I guess this is now a kill count video.
Welcome to the kill count.
The first one to die is probably the nicest guy in the group, which would be more of a shame if he wasn't also the most poorly acted.
I just don't believe this.
But his kill is probably also the goofiest, highlighted by what is very clearly a doll falling from a tree, and this actress having to pretend like it's her boyfriend who's dying in front of her. Like, the actress does a fine job, and that's kind of what makes it so funny. The fact that she actually seems in distress about her boyfriend dying in front of her when it's very clearly just a dummy. At the same time, Jerk decides that he's not gonna suck so much, and steps up to do the right thing, just as he gets the news that his brother's probably dead.
Now come on, we're gonna find him.
Maggie, wait!
Found him. Pumpkinhead, not fucking around, immediately grabs the next closest teen to kill, and does so by pushing her face through a window. Not smashing her face through a window, mind you. Pushing. See, there's no wind up there. Her face was already pushed up against the glass. Pumpkinhead, still not fucking around, pokes his disturbing... everything? He pokes his disturbing everything about him into the cabin and takes another one of them. And it kills her by dropping her from way up high onto a boulder. So, meh, kind of a lame kill. Yeah. Also, while this is happening, Ed Harley is having visions of Pumpkin Patch whenever he's in the process of killing. He sees what this monster is doing to this group and starts to have a change of heart, so he decides to help him out. Alright, they did it! With the power of forgiveness, love, and a 12-gauge pump-action shotgun.
It's dead.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh shit. Okay, so this is easily my favorite kill of this whole movie. I mean, yeah, Joel was kind of dumb for going near it, but I just love the setup and execution of his death. I mean, first Pumpkin Spice just gets up and he's holding a shotgun in a way where it's like, does this motherfucker know how to work a gun? Then he points it at the guy, and the shot lingers just long enough for you to have that thought, he's just gonna fucking shoot this guy. Nope. Pumpkin Bread Man pulls a Halloween 4 and stabs this dude with his own rifle. So good. So good.
You get away from that window and you get to bed.
What? Anyway, this kid wants to help because he don't know what's good for him. And he tells the remaining teens all about the bad Pumpkin Man. Then, said Pumpkin Man shows up. And we get a really good look at the creature design here, which I don't really have a joke or any sarcastic comments to make about. It just plain looks good. Say what you will about this movie, Pumpkinhead himself was made by some talented ass people. Next up on the Pumpkinators kill list is not that one asshole male character, number 2. I don't know their names, alright? They're not important. Anyway, I was kidding. What actually happens is, for no discernible reason, Pumpkin Seed lets Pretty Boy live. I'm gonna call him Pretty Boy, not necessarily because I think he's a pretty boy, but just because I don't care enough to learn his name. Instead, he just fucks with this kid for a little bit before snatching him up. Haha, pumpkin face. You knew he was there the whole time. But again, it doesn't kill the boy, it just drags him out to where everyone else is. And here's where something interesting happens. Turns out Pumpkin Pie is connected to Ed Harley somehow, probably through spiritual means. And when Ed gets hurt, so does Pumpkin Boy. So Ed does what he needs to do and shoots himself in the head. Unfortunately, Ed seems to have loaded his gun with rubber bullets because that shot to the temple didn't kill him.
These are rubber bullets, right? For crowd control.
So girl number 1 has to finish the job. I'm not learning their names. And the movie ends with Pumpkin spontaneously combusting. Sure. Why not? Actually, I lied, there is one more scene in which the old woman buries a suspiciously child-sized Ed Harley, who now resembles that something he brought to the witch to summon the demon in the first place, which has all kinds of implications that I'm not gonna analyze. Fuck that. So after this rewatch, I feel like this movie held up pretty well. Now that I know more about film in general, I was able to appreciate a lot more about it that I probably just wouldn't care about as a kid. Like the creature design, the puppetry and animatronic work, and I'm happy to say that it still looks pretty good, even by today's standards. On the flip side, there's also a few things they could have improved on that I also probably wouldn't care about as a kid, but overall, a good film. Totally underrated in my opinion. You can watch it yourself if you'd like over on Shudder, which is where I saw it this time around. And speaking of, Shudder did me a real solid this week and actually retweeted my now watching post when I tweeted about watching Pumpkinhead. I got a bunch of new followers because of that, so thank you so much, Shudder. I appreciate you. It is my favorite streaming platform. Not sponsored, that's just how I feel. If you would also like to follow me on Twitter, I'm at BrainDeadHorror, link is in the description. I tweet and retweet a bunch of cool horror stuff if that's what you're into. If that's not what you're into, I guess I'll settle for just your subscription to my channel. I mean, honestly, I don't really need any more than that, so cool, thanks. Also, don't forget to like and let me know if I should do more commentary videos like this. This was a lot of fun for me to make, I hope you enjoyed it as well. But whether you enjoyed it or not, put it in the comments, let me know. And I hope I'll see you in the next one. Pumpkin, 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 Lance Anderson, sexy dad mod.